Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Beastars chapter 174, and it's been completely crazy lately with everything going on, so I'm really excited for this chapter. As far as what was in the bag, after reading the chapter I posted my theory in the comments that I think it's actually going to be Ogama. It's not going to be Lewis himself, because that's kind of misleading. I think that it's going to be Ogama. I think that because he needed the power boost or whatever to fight Meron, Lewis probably gave him Ogama's body. And it kind of works conveniently that Ogama just died. Lewis would be somebody who would know where the body is to be able to go grave robbing and steal it or whatever and give it to Legosi. Other people said, maybe Lewis just used his connection to get him blood and parts from different sketchy places within the back alley market, which also would make sense. Some people saying it's Kopi Luwak, and that would make sense because that would fit into us having heard of Kopi Luwak and then it not really being brought up again. So there are actually a lot of different theories that would all make sense. But another reason that I would say Ogama, not just because of the convenience of him having just died, but another reason that I think that's reasonable is that last panel when Legosi has this face like, oh, Lewis helped very much. His face looked like weirdly familiar, and I could tell even my first time reading, and then it took me a while before I finally pieced it together, and I was like, oh, his eyes especially look like Ogama here. So yeah, that would be my guess, but either way, let's read the chapter. We have become the flag bearer for the new horizon right before the final battle, and we have this cool watercolor spread with Legosi and Lewis. Alright, and if I actually cared to take the time, I could probably read this Japanese text down the side since they have the hiragana there alongside the kanji, but all I can see is Legosi at the beginning. Either way, chapter 174, a heroic story of blood spraying in the air. Alright, and now we're seeing, okay, I think I saw this first page actually. Paru might have retweeted it or posted it on Twitter. Either way, I follow Paru and I've seen this first page. Alright, he holds up this piece of paper and puts it down to the blood. I'm getting a strong reaction from the deer litmus paper. Okay, so they must have tests to see where blood comes from. So it is blood and it is from a deer. That settles it. This blood belongs to a young deer. Other people, oh, I forgot too, some people were saying actually maybe Lewis has been like just collecting blood for a while now. Alright, and the sashes say blood inspection team. Okay. Hey, Mr. Seal, you live here. You ought to know something. Where'd Legosi go? How did he look? A wolf's room's covered in deer blood. This is no trifling matter. Sea creatures only know sea speak. Legosi went outside this evening, alone, while carrying a scary red bag. Okay. A red bag. Scary. The land has influenced my mind so much. The creatures of the land do not have fins. They have legs to walk on the land, which is why I understand. You can tell when a land creature is good or evil by the way he walks. All I can do is believe in the Legosi that I've seen with my own eyes. Alright, and I think his line about sea creatures only know sea speak is to tell us that the rest of what he's saying might be in sea speak here. So maybe it's for us as an audience to understand, but not for the police to. That's great that he believes in Legosi. I received a call from the police. They found deer blood in his wolf friend's apartment. We have poor Sebun. Oh no. So Lewis. Oh no, that's not Sebun. That's the butler who looks, who's like the same species. Oh no. So Lewis-sama. I'm going to see Legosi. I'll come back tomorrow. Can't miss the press conference. This isn't funny. Our new CEO was killed by a wolf on the day of the press conference, and he's probably just skipping it because that seems like such a Lewis thing to do. Projection. Horns Conglomerate CEO inauguration press conference. Sigh. The star hasn't shown up yet. Was he spoiled silly when he was a little buck? Guess I'm working overtime even though it's Rexmas. Oh yeah, it's still Rexmas, and now we're seeing the store's next generation, high quality, 4K organic EL. We have this poor guy working on Rexmas. And Jukaku-san, it says there. Alright, in Rexmas, you shine brighter than any T-Rex. I love these little ads and just showing the world around Rexmas all decorated up. Mama, and we have Meron sweating in his sleep. You have your papa's eyes, and I love them very much for it. I love those frightened eyes and that frail body. Stop it, Mama. They're the very essence of an herbivore's beauty. You remind me of your papa's flavor, which I love so much, Meron. And then he wakes up, Mama, and he yells out in his sleep, Huh? He starts putting his clothes on, it looks like. Or no, taking his clothes off. I was right at first. Okay. I suddenly have a lot of leopard spots and a bigger body. Why am I love those frightened eyes and that frail body. Okay, and this could be related somewhat to what happened with, Leano, where as she grew older, even though she had more wolf features, as she grew older, she started to get more scales. It might be happening to Meron too, where at first he was able to cover up enough of his spots with the tattoos, but now he's getting more leopard-like. I love those frightened eyes and that frail body. So many people are going to be thirsting over Meron. Mama loved the gazelle inside me, but now I'm being turned into a leopard. And it looks like he scratches and cuts his face. Oh yeah, because his claws were longer and he wasn't expecting it, so he cut his face. By my lovable and hateful mama. And again, I love so much of Meron's story. His mom loved him for the gazelle side of him, but because she, was his mother, he's losing that gazelle side and becoming more leopard-like. My claws still haven't reached their complete carnivore form. I wasn't able to gouge out any of my spotted flesh. Jeez, Meron's such a cool character. And now we're seeing all these people here with the flags. I guess that's probably the different factions, because it looks like the Madaragumi are the ones that wear those hats up there, second from the right. Flags say Meat Loving Day, Shishigumi, Madaragumi, Inarigumi, and Dokugumi. Okay, so yeah, duh, I didn't even read the flag. It says Madara right there. Okay, and the Doku are on the far left then, so the far left then are the Dokugumi, so they're the Komodo dragons, and then the Inarigumi are next to them, who are the foxes. So, Shishigumi, that's Meron with, looks like probably Free behind him, holding the flag on the far right. Sheesh, even though the outward city's full of Rexmas decorations, only the herbivores are walking around the streets. I bet all the carnivores in this area gathered in the back alley market. Turf wars have become special ever since Meron showed up. Everyone has high hopes for Meron's fearsomeness. What kind of fights is he going to give to their friendly and respectful opponents? And he's shaking hands with the leader of the Madaragumi. What's wrong with his face? Does he have makeup on? No, his whole body looks completely different. I can only guess he's going through a change. And that's Agata and... oh god, why am I forgetting his name? It's not Dolph. Is it Miguel that he's talking to? Sorry that I'm being dumb and forgetting. Sometimes it's difficult to tell some of the Shishigumi apart. The torches that are lit in the day of turf wars are soaked in the blood of each turf species. The scent of each species is distinct, just as distinct as the pride in themselves. Feline, canine, reptile. The scent of these unique species is filling the entire back alley market. So of course the blood bag is probably going to be what Legosi burns. You guys can assert your dominance over your turfs with the scents. Let's be peaceful now. Got it. Sorry. But I need to borrow your arm for a bit. And Meron just shoots this guy's arm off. Again, the insanity of Meron. He shot him, and the crowd is going nuts. Bastard, how dare you shoot off our boss's arm? A feline's claw should be capable of gouging out my spots. I don't care who you are, just stop me from okay, so he really doesn't want to change then, adding into, I guess, part of his mother's complex of him wanting to be more Gazelle-like. So yeah, he was actually trying to gouge out his spots. And that's why he took the paw. Damn you. Starting with a surprise attack. That's playing dirty, Shishigumi. We don't need a signal to start a war. Let's just get started. And they're arguing. And we see in the background probably going to be Legosi. It's starting. I smell something weird. What's that smell? It's coming from that torch over there. Oh, and instead of the smell of a carnivore's blood, it's going to be an herbivore's. Who is that? How did you get that? Look at that torch. Who is that, and why is he alone? I don't recognize the scent of that blood. It's the new challenger. It's a mixture of carnivore and herbivore blood. Oh, so he probably mixed his blood with Lewis's. Is it my blood? Thinks Meron. Wait, no, it's the blood of a wolf, and what? A deer. I'm sorry I was late. I was busy giving a blood donation, says Lewis. So, I'm the new CEO of the Horns Conglomerate. My name is Lewis, the Red Deer. And now, I will begin this press conference for all the animals who live in this society. So again, Lewis and Legosi are going to become the Beastars to lead the carnivores and herbivores to work together through the Horns Conglomerate in the back alley market. Sorry to keep you waiting, Meron. Legosi, is that you? And he smiles. Geez, so we're really going to start with this. It feels like we've passed through so much to get here, though. Like Legosi growing into this person who could possibly even lead the back alley market. It's crazy. Oh, well, this is a really, really good chapter. Not the cliffhanger of last week, but a really, really good chapter. So I'm excited. Next time, I guess we'll get into, I don't know how much of the press conference we'll see, but I do think that one of Lewis's main points is going to be that he wants to work with carnivores more, and we're going to see Legosi challenging Meron, whatever that means. Like, on the basic meathead level, you would think it would just be a fight, but then again, with the random quiz show thing we got before, it could always just be something random like that for all we know. So yeah, also, Meron's character is so good. Again, more of his complex with his mother and his appearance. Of course, he also has the complex going on with him wanting to finally taste something, with him to feel what it's like to be satisfied by eating something. But on the other side, the way that his mother loved the Gazelle looks in him, it seems like he likes that in himself. He, just like Leano, hates the changes that he's undergoing, becoming more carnivore-like. And it's interesting, too, that just like Leano, she was able to pretty much hide that she was a hybrid because she was very, very, blessed with very, very, very normal gray wolf looks. And then she just became more, for lack of a better word, and for what she saw herself as, monstrous as she got older. And we're seeing that with Meron, like the spots are on one side, uneven on his body's proportions are getting weird and more muscular, and so he's becoming more monstrous, for lack of a better word, and I guess, too, he kind of sees himself like that. So again, his story is really, really interesting, and I can't wait to see how Paru handles the rest of his story. But yeah, that is it. So it was Lewis's blood. He mixed it in with Legosi's, and I suppose the whole bag was there because maybe they've been saving it up enough for whatever the plan is here. So, yeah, I suppose that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment on there. Tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you thought of my reaction and all that. Subscribe for more. Beastars much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can keep you updated there, talk to you there. But I usually do updates more on the community tab here on YouTube now. If you want a link to the Discord server, just ask and I can give you one. It's free and open for anyone. And if you want to help support the channel to keep the videos coming, it's patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description. But either way, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.